Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Okay, all right, okay. I'm back. Hey, hi, it's me. So, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been gone for like a week, like over a week, and I'm back. So welcome back to Herb Oracle. Good morning. I will be back again every day from this point on, I think. So, before a caterpillar turns into a butterfly, from what I hear, it goes into a cocoon and, it's in there. And basically what I heard happens is it just turns to like just a pile of black goo. Like it just completely dissolves pretty much to just become something new. So I may have been in that stage this week. I may have been in my black goo stage, I hope, at least part of me, because things are definitely moving forward in my life. They had to move backwards. They had to move all around in circles like a crazy thing. And I think we're headed in a more forward direction, at least in my relationship life, at least in my marital life. That is definitely moving forward towards the end, towards the finishing. So that is why I was not here last week. I basically did not have access to you. Shit hit the fan, and I didn't have a phone. I didn't have this iPad. Like, I didn't have access to the internet. Like, I had no way of getting to you. I even left for a few days, but I'm back now. Like, I left like my actual home for a few days, but I am back now. So if you felt like there was like a bit of a dramatic vibe, then high five your intuition. That would be correct. There still is, but it's more of a sad vibe, because I'm back, but that means he left. So anyways, you guys, what a freaking week. So, I think I cried for like 36 hours straight at one point. So that was a good reminder for me to be water, let it go, let it flow, cleanse yourself. And then, I had to be fire. I had to burn up what was not serving me. And then I had to become earth again and get grounded and remember who I am. And then I still am being reminded to be spirit and, be who I truly, truly, truly am. Stop obsessing about this life and this body and these circumstances. They're just all temporary things. So anyways, that's my blah, blah, blah intro. Hey, this podcast today might suck. Like, I'm out of practice. I took a week off. I didn't mean that I wasn't planning on. It wasn't like a week. I'm going to take a week to go on vacation. It was like, I'm just out of practice. And I almost didn't even want to come here today because I'm just, definitely in some serious transition. But I know how good pulling oracle cards is for me. I know how good it is to talk things out. The hermit in me wants to just become silent. Like, I haven't even downloaded, now that I have like my phone back that's been basically reset, and this iPad that's been factory reset, I haven't even downloaded my apps yet. Like, I'm not even on Instagram yet to put pictures on from today. I don't even know if anyone's checked in with me. I kind of feel like I'm that type of person that can drop off the face of the earth and everyone's just like, she'll be back or she won't. Who cares? So anyways, still working on my rejection issues. And last week, I do remember this. The last episode we did was episode 78, which was valuable to me because that was the year I was born. And we did the 54th law of the universe, which is my birthday, 5'4", and my height. So last week, as we ended on a big note, the law of manifestation. So I'm going to read my notes here to remind myself that I am a powerful manifester, that everything I'm doing is manifesting. So it's so important that regardless of whatever wonky shit is happening in my life, I need to stay focused on what's important to me. And what is important to me? Love and peace and harmony. Love and peace and harmony. When all this shit was going down, sorry for all this swearing, I am out of practice. When all of this was going down, I pulled myself some cards from the Mayan oracle. And the main message to me was to be harmony. Don't just strive for harmony. Don't just look for harmony. No, actually be harmony. So that was one of the messages that helped me through this past week, was to just be harmony. And that's a big concept. But yeah, I mean, that's the kind of stuff I want to manifest at this point. Just clarity, harmony, love, peace, and herbs. That's it. Have some light, bitches. Like, I am worn thin, but yet stronger than ever, if that makes sense. So the law of manifestation that we did last week, I wrote down manifest first energy like love, joy, and peace into your aura. Okay, using sounds, actions, techniques, mental energy, and symbols. Then hold more love in your heart and emotional body to manifest physical objects. So if the first step of manifestation is to get your aura, right? Get love and joy and peace. Be harmony just within your own energy field. Before we can manifest anything physical in our life, we have to get our own energy field in check. Like, for real. So yeah, I mean, I think you can throw in herbs too, because like sounds, actions, techniques, symbols, like, yeah, it's all energy. But let me just tell you what, when I'm in nature, I feel better. When I'm around plants, I feel better. When I'm drinking Tulsi tea, I feel better. I have some Tulsi infused water in the fridge I'm going to drink today. So get your aura feeling love and peace and harmony. And then hold more love into your heart. A broken heart is an open heart. So if your heart's been broken, pour love into it. Hold more. If your heart is feeling strong and sturdy and confident, then use your strength to hold as much love as you can into your heart and your emotional body. Then we can talk about manifesting physical objects. Thought is a force. So your thoughts are energy. It's a force, just like anything else. So remember that. The next little bullet I wrote down was hold a pure thought. Okay, quit letting your mind blah, blah, blah all the time. You're being pulled in so many directions. These distractions are not helping you manifest. So hold a pure thought. And I also wrote down that whatever the powerful mind believes very intensely will instantly come to pass. So use your mind for good. Your mind is powerful. Train it, clarify it, hold that pure thought, believe it very intensely, and then pretty much instantly it will come to pass. And then I also wrote down at the bottom with a little goddess drawn, you are a spark of the almighty consciousness of God. You are a spark of the almighty consciousness of God. Use your mind for good. Use your mind for good. So on that note, use your mind for good. Okay, well, so that's where we ended last time. At least we ended with a huge thing that, like, we need to probably practice permanently. But today we're going to talk about the law of mantras. So it'll be an interesting week if you hang out with me. Today we're going to do the law of mantras. Tomorrow we're going to do the law of meditation. and then the law of mentalism, the law of miracles, and I can't turn the page again. So Friday will be a surprise. But big M week, because obviously these are alphabetical. Okay, so today I'm going to read you the law of mantras or mantras. I hear people say mantras. I hear people say mantras. I usually say mantras, but I just said mantras. So I guess either way goes. And then, gosh, I will figure out what deck we're using while I take a break and drink some dandelion root tea. I got some more roasted dandelion root tea at the Amish Bent and Dent. So sipping on that. And I also ordered some burdock root because I feel like I need to cleanse my body out and, I don't know, be wholesome. All right, so the law of mantras or mantras is each mantra, now I don't even know how I want to say it, each mantra is a linkage to a certain aspect of the absolute, a certain manifestation of divinity. In true mantra practice, one forgets the fact that the self is chanting, becomes the mantra itself, and attains a state where nothing but the mantra exists. One's being then connects with the higher being the mantra represents, if it is the name of a master being, or connects with the ray of light emanating from God, if it is a sound. So it says Om or Om, Hu, etc. The practice of chanting mantras is profoundly beneficial in raising the vibration of self. Okay, so that's interesting, like, because, you hear people, I used to a little bit, kind of got away from it, but I think because I wasn't letting myself get to the point where what did it say? I forgot the fact that it was myself chanting. So that like actually really clicked with me just now. If you can have a true practice where you forget that you are the one chanting and you just become the mantra, talk about letting go. Talk about putting your self-awareness to the side, your awareness that somebody might be listening from the other side of the wall, but if you can get into it so much that you become the mantra, you become the mantra. I think I like mantra better. Anyways, I can't even get over the fact that I'm the one talking here. So that's a huge feat, to get into the mantra so much that like you just become it, you get lost in it. Right? That you attain a state where nothing but the mantra exists. That's incredible. Maybe that's why, like, maybe at first, like, listening to a recording, would be helpful to, like, hold your hand, kind of, so you don't quit. So it keeps going, it's on repeat. Or maybe even listening to it, even if you're not the one making the sound, you're getting lost in the sound. Ooh, that's another idea. Listening to it on headphones and getting lost in that sound. And you're just letting your body go, your mind go, everything go except for this sound. And then you can connect with your higher being, or the higher being that the mantra represents, or connect with the ray of light that sound represents. So this is great, because like I sort of need something new to do in my spiritual life. And so I think today we've got to do something with mantras, right? We've got to connect with these ancient techniques, right? We were just talking about manifestation and using sounds to bring more energy into our body, more love into our body. So this is something that has been used for a really long time. And yeah, we should look into it and maybe think about having a mantra practice this week with ourselves. Like, I'm not going to be the one to do that with you. I'm not going to be the one to dedicate part of my podcast to it. Not yet, anyways. But try to do something on your own. Chanting on your own or listening to some chants. It's not always the thing that I've been drawn to the most, but I think maybe what I maybe need to do is look into like maybe like what mantras represent what. Like maybe that would be more of a motivation for me if like just the basic Om isn't like taking me home. Haha. But yeah, there we go. The law of mantras. Each one is linked to a certain aspect of the absolute, a certain manifestation of divinity. In a true practice, we forget the fact that we are even chanting. We become the mantra itself, and then we attain the state where nothing but the mantra exists. Kind of trippy, I know, but we should try it because then it could help us connect with some higher energies if we're looking to do that. And yeah. If nothing else, the practice of chanting mantras is profoundly beneficial in raising the vibration of self, which is exactly what we need to do today and this week, at least for myself. Personally, I'm just above the water, you know what I mean? Like where my vibration is. I'm just above the water, floating on the water. But where I'd like to be is way up in the clouds where I'm not going to drown. You know what I mean? So it's been an intense week. So I have every reason to do whatever it takes to raise my vibration and get myself in a better place. So on that note, let me dive into my drawer of oracle decks and see what wants to come out and play with us today. Okay, all right. So I grabbed the soul trees and I grabbed the oracle of the essences. And I also grabbed a drink of my cold leftover goldenrod tea, which is so nice right now. So be sure to have some of that while it's still in bloom. I have books out and my notes to do a goldenrod podcast for Herbal Marie. Whether that gets done or not, we'll see. But yeah, goldenrod. It's wrapping up though, because I took a walk yesterday, and a lot of them are looking kind of brown. So all the seasons right now are just like flying by. I just cannot even hardly believe it. So anyways, yeah, I don't know if I'll get that podcast done or not. We'll see. I'd like to. I would like to, but we'll see. We will see. Hey, speaking of that podcast and this podcast, if you've ever thought maybe that you'd want to become my patron, now would be a really great time since I'm almost officially single mom status. And one thing that this week has taught me is that I am financially effed. Like, I am so dependent on my husband or my soon-to-be former husband for money. It's not even funny. And, you know, the one thing that would be so nice, like, you know, I put so much energy into my podcast. It would be great for one day for this podcast to take care of me. Not this podcast, but I'm speaking more about the Herbal Marie one. But I'm asking you because, you know, you've been tuning in, and maybe you like the other one. And if you've ever thought that maybe $1 a month is justifiable in your life, I would appreciate it, because I need to find my feet in the world. I really do. And I'm not worried about money, you know, because he's still going to basically take care of everything for a while. But eventually money's going to be probably one of my biggest issues, maybe, going on. So anyways, I just thought I would ask, that I'm asking you to be my patron if you want to. If not, don't worry about it. You can just take advantage of me like everyone else in my life. So, but yeah, I mean, like right away, like when I didn't have a phone, you know, because he got mad at me and turned it off. I was like, wow, like I would never have access to another iPhone, that's for sure, let alone data, let alone, I mean, like right away, everything that I even like to do with my podcast was taken away from me. It just sucks that like money is so, I mean, it's in charge, isn't it? So yeah, I mean, like in a way, I was like, fine, whatever. Like I'm totally okay just being outside, being with the plants, never talking about plants again to anybody online. But then, of course, on the other hand, I was like kind of heartbroken. Like, wow, like I'm not gonna get to finish my podcast. I'm not gonna get to finish Herbal Marie. You know, I'm not gonna get to finish the Laws of the Universe with Herb Oracle. Like it was like, dang, but I just took it, you know, I was like, I surrendered to it. Like either one, I'll find like old devices to use and try to make it happen, or it'll just be something that I walk away from and forget. But I'm back, obviously, but it took me a week to get back, you know, and it took the grace of him giving me the devices back to get back. So I don't know. It's kind of like one of those things is like, yeah, my podcasts haven't even made enough money ever to like buy a microphone, let alone all the other stuff that goes with it. Illusions. That's what it all boils down to. Freaking illusions. So here we've got top and bottom to go on right and left side of our archangel sigils that I forgot to tell you that I put down. And yeah, it's all illusions. That's what it boils down to. All right, so funny though, as I'm complaining about everything, a tree pops up that I can see right away, and it's a celebration tree. All right, thank you, celebration tree, because I am complaining. I'm looking at all the negatives that could have gone wrong, that did go wrong, that it's like, yeah, like, why do I even do anything type of feels. But, all right, so celebration pops up with the beginning reversed on the bottom. So, yeah, there's quite a bit for me to celebrate in my life right now. First of all, I'm back in my house, which I had left and thought that I was not going to be living here anymore. So that to me is a beautiful, wonderful thing, because spending a couple nights away from my kids was the hardest thing I had ever done. But I was willing to try something new, you know, and sleep somewhere else and drive here during the day and homeschool them and be with them and then leave again. And I was like, how is this even going to work? You know, like this just is hard. So yeah, the fact that like, I'm back here, and I mean, there's quite a bit to celebrate, I guess, even though it's hard to celebrate whenever it's like, it's an ending. So I guess that's why I got the beginning card reversed, because it's like, I'm not looking at how this is a fresh start, because there's just so much negativity right now, worrying about their dad and, you know, what he's gonna do and things like that. So yeah, there is this conflicting energy right now, but yet at the same time, this celebration tree is like, yo bitch, every day that you're alive could be a celebration. You're breathing, you still have some hair left on your head, which I'm running my hands through my hair right now. I'm shedding so bad right now, like between the seasons changing and stress of life and just being 41, I feel like my hair is getting so thin, it's ridiculous. So, besides that, there is so much to celebrate. And, yeah, just the fact that, like, I'm still, even though, like, this last week could have put most people down, most people would have quit all their spiritual practices, they would have quit their projects, they would have quit their life. I didn't, and I'm back, and it's kind of lame, and I'm doing a lame podcast, but hey, at least I'm doing a podcast, and I'm back, and I'm gonna meditate today, and I'm gonna fucking chant my face off, and and forget that I have a face, and that definitely is gonna require me finding some sound on my headphones to hold me and help me do that. But I'm going to do it. All right, so let's see what other cards. Okay, so the trust card is next, upside down. Yeah, I totally have trust issues right now. This is a beautiful tree. It's like a rainbow pointillism. It's once I log into my Instagram, I will post a picture of these for you at Herb Oracle. But this trust tree is so sweet. And it's just kind of recognizing that it's like, yeah, like we totally get the, like, you're having trust issues. Like, where's the money going to come from? Where's the support going to come from? You know, if you could just trust and go into this new beginning, because it is the beginning. Today's the beginning of the rest of your life. You know, that dumb saying, but it's true. But the trust, you know, you need to have it. You need to trust that, like, just the fact that, like, you're a spiritual being, you'll always be taken care of. And, yeah. It's like right now there's also a lot of trust issues with people, obviously. The fact that, like, I don't know, a lot of trust. Let's see what this next card is. Honor yourself, also reversed. So this is a sweet pink tree with a green vine growing up it. There's some spring blossoms, but honor yourself. So interesting. Like, we have trust, the beginning, and honor yourself all reversed. And we have celebration up at the top. So when I look at these trees, I get a huge message of being grounded, going within, diving into yourself. Like, have the celebration be holding you up for all this work that you have to do. You have to trust yourself. You have to honor yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to respect yourself. You have to understand that, like, this is a new beginning, a new path that you're going into with yourself. Like, this is a solo, like, yes, you have your children and your friends or whatever, but, like, ultimately, this is a solo path that I'm getting ready to embark on, more than I've ever had in my entire life. And it's so important for me to be alone at this point. Like, I have realized so much, like, even though, like, of course I spent, like, the first 40 episodes talking to you about how I needed a lover. Sorry about all that. But, like, I literally am so aware of how necessary and needed individual, solo, alone time is important for Sadie Marie. Like, I've never had it before, and I think, like, that is the next part of my path that is gonna just be so beneficial. I'm seeing myself launching myself into my spiritual journey. And so anyways, that, if I can accept all this, as I peek at the top and see this stuck tree, I'm not going to put that one out, but, like, yeah, I have been stuck, and what's going to unstuck me is trust within myself, honoring myself, getting to know myself, loving myself, seeing myself as a whole, complete being, alone, without anybody, like, just really working on the things that I should have worked on 25 years ago. Yeah, I hate to admit that. But, like, the stuff that, like, I should have worked on when I was 15, 16, 17, that kind of stuff. Self-esteem stuff, self-worth. I should have never dated so early, but hey, can't go back. Yeah, I think that is something to celebrate. Right? That is something to, as I, like, totally shuffle in your ear, sorry. That is something to celebrate. Getting to know yourself, loving yourself, honoring yourself, trusting yourself, starting a relationship with the most important person in your life, which is you. Connecting with you. Loving you, honoring you, becoming you. So yeah, that's the party. It's not a celebration where you invite people over and be like, yeehaw, you're on your way to getting divorced. Wow. Like, no. Yeehaw, you're on your way to starting a new beginning with yourself, a new relationship with yourself, a new way of being, a new way of living, a new way of loving, a new way of being harmony in the world, adding to the world in a way that you never have before, because you are becoming a new you. So yeah, definitely turned into that black goo in my chrysalis this week. And yeah, now is just the time. I think I'm still in there, actually. I think I am still black goo. But I'm starting to manifest the butterfly body. So on that note, let's get some essences on the idea of manifesting the butterfly body now. That's our new beginning. We are letting go of the old. We are releasing what no longer serves us. We are trusting in this process. And the whole time through, we are holding space for ourselves. We are honoring ourselves. And every day we will find many celebrations in each breath that we slow down to take, right? Not these shallow breaths. We want to take deep, deep, deep breaths. So our first wildly celebratory essence is the wild orange, which is all about opportunities and abundance. Okay, so it's a guy who has a beard. He looks like he's been chanting mantras all day. He doesn't have a beard, but it's like 5 o'clock thick shadow with a turban on his head and butterflies all over the top of him. In the sky are butterflies. And there's one on his leg, and he's sitting on maybe like a pillow or an emblem, which is Ganesh. It's Ganesha. So we have Ganesha coming through, my old pal, Ganesha, just to clear these obstacles. And I can feel tingles all through my body of just energetic obstacles being plowed down right now. Just think of an elephant torpedoing as an elephant can just go through a tree, basically, moving trees, moving obstacle, moving brush, creating this path for you. So let Ganesha clear the obstacles and let Ganesha bring in the opportunities and abundance. Nobody knows abundance like Ganesha. He is everything. He does not worry. He has everything he needs. He's always got plenty of fruit. He is really content and able to be in a place of celebration and joy and happiness. So this card is very beautiful. It matches the celebration tree perfectly. Like, I mean, absolutely perfectly. With the oranges and hot pinks and purples and magentas and lime green. Like, just unbelievable how beautiful they are. So I'm going to put that essence up there in between trust and celebration. Trust that opportunities are coming in. Trust that abundance will find you. Even if it's not the type of abundance that you thought. Maybe it's not going to be money, money, money. Maybe your abundance is actually just going to be walking your ass to the assistant's office and getting food stamps because you're a single mom now, and actually having food in the house for once in 10 years. Just letting yourself get out of the struggle a little bit and, seeing that as abundance. All right, so our next card is Douglas Fir. This is all about respect and wisdom. And this one's going to go up here in between celebration and honoring yourself. So you got to respect yourself. You can't be lowering your standards for anybody. Okay? I know you feel alone and attention from any angle would be nice, but you cannot you're not allowed to do anything that is disrespectful to your goddess self at this point. I think that's my journey. You know, I love goddess energy, and like I draw goddesses and I respect goddess energy, but I really don't know on what level have I accepted that goddess energy within me, because I have so many body issues. Like I love myself, I love my body, I respect my body, but if you say like, are you a goddess, I would laugh at you because I've never like seen myself like that, you know. I see glimpses of it, but I haven't really like owned up to my goddess energy. So I think that is going to be my journey into goddessdom, you know, into honoring myself as a sacred feminine being, because I'm so I see myself in a masculine light. And Douglas fir is such a masculine card. But it's like, hey, and please respect that too. Please respect who you are. Like, you are unique. And maybe, like, I sometimes feel like, yeah, and I'm just like extra unique. And maybe that's why I've had like such a hard time accepting my physical vessel, the way it is. But yeah, it's just this amazing message that's like, there is wisdom. You chose who you are. You chose to manifest this body for a reason, for experiences. And yeah, there's wisdom in that. But you have to honor yourself and respect yourself enough to trust in that wisdom and to be able to go inside and find it. So I have a big message like with my Course in Miracles this week too, to quit obsessing about the body. You are not a body. You have manifested a body to be here, but that's not who you are. So that's another big theme for me as I enter in this new beginning. All right, so let's get a card to go in between the beginning and honoring yourself. So yeah, we need to honor ourselves as we start our new beginnings. Every day is a new beginning, but this is clearly like a big, more of a chapter. Hell, maybe a new book. I think I'm closing the chapter on the old book, and I'm starting a whole new book. Okay, so now we have Tangerine coming in with gratitude and charisma. So how do we want to put this? I guess there she is. It's really interesting how I have the cards, like she's angled down here on the bottom right. So it looks like she's throwing tangerines out off my desk. And that makes me think of something, you know, as I was thinking about my podcasts and my YouTube channel, my live streams, and all the things that I do in the world. I really need to start looking at them as offerings that I just throw out, like she's tossing these tangerines, as I just chuck out into the world. Like, they're my offerings. I need to quit placing any attachment on them. I need to stop expecting anything to be returned to me. And I just need to start being in this place of feeling like I have so many tangerines right now, I'm just going to throw them out, you know, towards, where are they even going? She's sitting on the steps in front of a blue door. And yeah, she's just like rolling them like on the, I don't know, off the stairs. Like, is there someone down there to catch them, or is she just putting them out to the world and whoever can take them can take them? But she has another basket beside her even, and then a tree above her. Like, she has so many tangerines, and her hair is like the color of tangerine too. And she's in a white dress. She's just kind of in this place of giving. She's got so much abundance that it's just like, take them. So I have to sort of get myself into that type of vibration in my life, like feel like I'm taken care of, know who I am, trust myself, honor myself, understand that like what I have an abundance of is information in my head, energy in my body, love in my heart. And I have enough of these, and there's going to be no shortage of either of those three things, that I can just give and give and give all of these offerings and just keep giving. Just keep putting them out there. Just keep offering. Just keep giving. Just keep sharing. And like the tangerines, if somebody wants them, they'll take them, or they'll rot on the ground and be returned on the earth. No loss there, because we need to have things be returned to the earth as well. So yeah, if nobody wants what I have to offer, it's not a big deal. It'll lay there until somebody else wants it, or it will just be reabsorbed back into energy. All right, so I love that wild orange and tangerine both have come through. A lot of energy, a lot of charisma, a lot of gratitude, a lot of things to celebrate here. It's like interesting that there's like this beautiful energy coming in, and yet at the same time this black pepper. So we got one of the darkest cards in this deck, but it's okay, because black pepper is all about destructive patterns. It's so Halloween. There's a man, he's taking off his mask, which is a black and white, half black, half white bird mask. There's all these Halloween black silhouettes behind him: a spider, bats, an eagle, a wolf, a black cat. Just the silhouettes behind him with the full moon. So this black pepper is coming in, basically say, okay, so it's between the beginning and trust. And it's saying you have to stop the destructive patterns that you have within yourself. And what are those? It's not even a secret anymore. It's low self-esteem. It's insecurities. It's jealousy. It's doubt. It's mistrust. It's judgment. I mean, there's probably a few more, but those are the big ones for myself that come in and say, these destructive patterns of thinking that you're not good enough and thinking that you need to be validated in your life. And then, the validation might come in, but then you sabotage that whole thing with a whole other set of destructive patterns we don't even need to get into. Like, how many destructive patterns do I have within me on just a personal level, and then within my relationships? And it's like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, take them off. Let them go. Let them be absorbed into the night. Release them. Release them. Release them. As you receive all this other good stuff, right? With the full moon, you want to receive abundance. You want to receive trust and wisdom and celebration and gratitude and charisma. And you want to release destructive patterns. You want to release anything that has been less than respectful. You want to release your blocks. You want to release the things that have been holding up your opportunities. You want to release any sense of mistrust. You want to release it. You want to release all of that, because now it's time for a new beginning. Now it's time to trust this process. Now it's time to respect yourself and really own your wisdom. Really honor yourself. Honor yourself in your life. Celebrate yourself in your life. Because when you finally open up your eyes and see that you're a butterfly and you're surrounded by all these butterflies, I mean, it is going to be a celebration, and you have everything you need. It is going to be a life of abundance, but you have to trust enough to get there. You have to trust enough to start and take the first step and understand that this is the beginning. Yes, it is an ending too, but all endings signify beginnings. And it's time for you to give. Just like Tangerine is throwing her fruit out for everyone, it's time for you to just unconditionally, lovingly give and give and give. Because you have the charisma. You really do. It's just sort of muted today, but it's there. And as you do your inner work, as you honor yourself, it really is going to be a celebration for you to offer your blessings upon the world. So don't forget, today is the law of the mantras. So do your work on that. As I'm sitting here looking at these 4 archangel sigils, I'm thinking, I wonder if there's mantras to go with the archangels. Maybe that's an energy that I'd like to invoke more. Or maybe Ganesha, since Ganesha showed up today. So anyways, a lot of great cards. I'm going to be sitting with these cards all day. I'm going to be reflecting on them, but I hope you got a little bit of a message for you today as well. Just really look for the blessings, look for the good, look for something to appreciate. There's got to be something tiny everyone can celebrate. Big message. Make sure you're respecting yourself, honoring yourself, going within, trusting the process, and for the love of Om, letting go of all the black pepper destructive patterns, because there's a beautiful gift within that as well. So on that note, thank you so much. Really just embrace your energy today, wherever it's at. And I'm looking forward to hanging out with you again. I missed talking to you, but telling you what, sometimes a week in a dark black cocoon is exactly what we need. So always honor wherever you're at. It is the right path for you.